Some absolutely amazing stuff happened to me the past week, and I was going to title this video The Power of Meeting People, but I think that's too basic. I think it's not really the power of meeting people, which is why all these great things happen that I'm going to share with you guys. It's actually the power of prayer and the power of discernment, the power of listening intently, the power of understanding truly what's right and wrong. There's a lot of different layers when it comes to this topic, so let's get into it.
Marathon, yeah, say that to me, yeah, say that to me, oh marathon, you can say that to me, yeah, say that, you can say that to me, marathon. Yeah,
Please like, share, and subscribe, and as always, this episode is brought to you by Nutrishop Parker. It is your one-stop shop for high-quality supplements, protein powders, and wellness products that actually deliver. Whether you're building muscle, burning fat, or just trying to feel better every day, Nutrishop's expert team can help you find what works best for you. If you're local to Colorado, stop by their Parker location for a personalized experience. And if you are tuning in anywhere in the USA, use code BRANDON at checkout for free shipping on your order. Fuel your goals the right way, the Nutrishop way. All right, let's go. So let's start off with what exactly happened. So back in December, I think it was maybe early December, late November, God told me, I was in prayer, and God told me, he was like, okay, start shooting videos, start making a vlog, start posting as much as possible every single day if you can on YouTube. And I was like, okay, that's fine. There's a couple other projects that, I like to engage in. I like to sing. I'm a realtor. I like to make, music videos, like to make movies, short films, and full-length movies. Along with God saying, start making YouTube videos, he also said, stop posting on Facebook, stop posting on TikTok, stop posting on these websites, on these social media sites, and just focus kind of on, give me 30 days straight of just posting on YouTube. So, early on the channel, I basically, I didn't just start the channel in December because I had been using it for a few years, just off and on, just posting things, not in any type of consistency. But I was like, okay. So I started vlogging my workouts. I started putting the microphone in my hair, and I was vlogging my workouts because I was like, okay, so how am I going to make something sustainable? How am I going to do something repeatable where I can actually put out content every single day? Because earlier before that, I was like, I don't think I am interesting enough, or I don't think I have enough material to really shoot a video every single day. And I was like, well, what's something that I do every day is work out. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to start working out and doing my videos that way. And it was cool. I enjoyed it. I felt like my workouts got better. I felt like I had more purpose. I felt like I had an accountability partner in you guys who are watching, where if I wasn't working out or posted that day, it was damn, obviously nobody really cares, but I felt damn, they're gonna think I'm letting them down. They're gonna think I'm not serious about the fitness, and maybe it's just for show, blah blah blah, which turned into a great accountability situation where I really got even in better shape through doing that. But over the couple months, things have changed, obviously. So transition from the fitness stuff, then I went into just showcasing my realtor life a little bit, then putting out videos, then it kind of transitioned into a vlog type of experience, transitioned into a current events type of channel for a little bit, as I'm finding out what I really like to do and what actually makes sense to do repeatedly and sustainably, right? So now we stumble on today, which I'm kind of just doing the vlog where it's kind of concepts that I am thinking about all the time. I'm never sitting down and creating something to talk about. I have thousands, if not tens of thousands of notes in my phone that I'm always just thinking, I'm a conceptual thinker. I like to think about how things work. I like to think about puzzles. I like to think about how things fit together, right? So as I'm sitting there thinking, right, I'm like, why don't I just share some of my thoughts with you guys? And then it turns into a conceptual thinking on top of what happens in my day-to-day life, so I can update you guys. And eventually I'm sure you guys will come to, if you're watching, will come to like me. So when things happen to me, you guys also are happy that it happens to me. I assume and hope that has a correlation and that works for you guys, and that's something that would actually happen. People on the internet would be happy for somebody if they got something that they wanted, if you like them, if that makes sense, right? So the cool thing is I didn't know why I was making the vlogs, but I know that over time I've been starting to see enhancements in myself, right? So when I first started the vlogs, I had no idea I was saying all the time, right? I was like, and then early on I was like, man, maybe I should cut out these ums. So then I take some time, an hour, 2 hours to just chop all the ums out. Then I realized I was like, you know what? I should use this as a training. So I just stopped saying because that's gonna assist me more than trying to chop my videos into multiple thousands of pieces to make sure it sounds good for the listening experience, when I can just tailor my own voice and start taking my words more serious and being more precise in how I speak, right? So that was the first thing. I was like, okay, since I do a lot of acting, I was like, okay, well, this is going to help me figure out a good placement for my voice to make sure I'm dictating my sentences in certain ways that make sense. And then as I re-listen to my vlogs and listen to what I've done, I'm like, okay, the way I said that was not impactful. The distance between the pausing and starting again was not, it didn't provide enough emphasis, right? So like I used it for that type of way as well. Of course, one of the most important things that it's done shooting these vlogs is showing up consistently, not only when you get no results, but also when you don't know why you're doing it. There's no true reason outside of just discipline, outside of prayer, following God's word, following what God has told me specifically in my prayer. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to show up for these vlogs. And I found a lot of peace in like making videos and making a vlog and making a podcast where it's not really about people listening, because it's about me and my ability to be consistent and have due diligence in what I do and take pride in what I do, regardless of whatever result I could potentially conjure up in my head, right? So as it moved along further, you know, I've always been interested in making films. I've made a couple back in the day, but using my camera every single day, using, you know, my sound equipment every single day, I'm like, man, this is energizing me even more and more to start making movies. So I think about a month ago, maybe two months at this point, I started writing my own feature-length movie, as well as scheduling out and doing a storyboard for the 10 music videos I'm going to do this year. And it's really just kind of been engaging in so many different cool ways where I'm like, okay, like, since I'm already using my camera, let's study more about how to use my camera. Let's study like really these camera settings in a way that is just beyond a podcast camera setting. Like for you guys, like I can turn it on, flip a couple switches and it's ready to go, turn my lights on and ready to go. But when it comes to filmmaking, it's way more precise and nuanced, and lenses matter, and the lighting matters way more, and the type of audio you use, and then how you mix it with sound design and music and stuff matters way more, right? So I was like, okay, let me take some time to study, and I've really just found more of a love for film, more of a love for taking the basic skills that I have and turning them to the highest level possible. But the negative was I was writing this feature-length movie and I was praying, and God told me again, make a movie that you can't make right now, right? This is the key. He said, make the music videos that you can't make right now. And right now I didn't have access to like a gigantic studio or a huge soundboard or a sound stage to build sets on and blah, 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 blah. But I was writing a movie that had that equipment, right? And it was really discouraging because I was like, man, like I hate doing stuff that I can't do. Like I'm an anti-window shopper. I do not window shop because I hate walking in places that I know I can't afford, or it's not in the cards for me to purchase right now, or there's nothing for me to do, or there's nothing there that I want right now. And I feel like it's just a waste of time whenever you're window shopping. So I felt that way when I was writing this movie, but I kept going. I still have the last act to perfect. It's a 3-act movie, but I was like, okay, God, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to be obedient, and I am going to write this movie that I cannot do. Then last week, it was last week, about Tuesday, I was at the gym and God was like, go talk to this guy. And I was like, why would I talk to this random guy? And God was like, go talk to him. So I walked over there, and one of the dudes he was next to actually knew him. So I started talking to the guy I knew, and I hopped in on their worker because like it was busy gym time, and I was like, hey, can I use this this back machine. And they were like, oh, sure. And then I kind of walked past the guy God told me to talk to a couple times, and God was like, go talk to him. And I was like, all right. So then I was like, because I saw him pull out a camera. He pulled out a super nice camera, and I was like, there's my in, right? So I was like, oh, like, what do you do photography wise? And he was like, and I was like, or how long have you been doing photography? He was like, oh, 7 years. I'm self-taught, things like that. And I was like, oh, I love that. Like, I'm really heavy into like photography and like video, and I'm self-taught as well. And he was like, oh yeah. I'm like, I don't want to give his job away, but like, I'm gonna say a different network than what he works for, just for his own personal like identity. Not that anybody's watching this or anybody cares, but he was like, oh, I'm the creative director at CBS, which is like pretty close to what he does. And I was like, and he's a black guy, right? He's a cool ass black guy. And I was like, you're the creative director at CBS? And he was like, yeah. He's like, and I teach video production and all this types of like video high level stuff to people. I was like, really? Right? And he's like, yeah. So then he was like, actually, and we, as it progressed, he was like, actually, like there's a studio attached to where I work that is like $10 a month. You get to rent all the film equipment you want. They have rigs, cameras, lighting, sound, lapel microphones, boom microphones. They have giant sound stages, giant studios, like you know, where it's all white, and you can have like your own setting. And they have green screens, like a giant room that's just a green screen, and all sorts of cool stuff. And then like he was like, it's $10 a month, and you get to use everything, and they teach you how to do everything. And he's like, it's a supplement for film school, but way faster and on your pace. I was like, what? Right? So as I'm like listening to this, I'm praying, right? And I'm thanking God, and I'm like, God, like if I wasn't obedient and I wasn't writing my movie and I wasn't finding my love for film, like I may have not even listened to you and talked to this guy, and maybe I wouldn't even have the desire to learn the things that these people are teaching basically for free. And it's really just the power of prayer. It's the power of being obedient. It's the power of knowing the voice in your head is not for your, well, the specific voice that is God is not for your detriment. It is for your good. Because sometimes there are voices in your head that are not good, so don't get that confused. But I was shocked. It was like 8 of my prayers were answered in one visit. So he brought me down to the CBS studios, showed me everything. I signed up, and I'm taking my orientation class tomorrow, actually. And I was just completely like speechless because I know I might have told the story a certain way, but make no mistake, like I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. Like 7 years ago, I made some movies. I've made multiple music videos that I think are very cinematically oriented. That is my number one thing I love to do. I've made a horror movie, a couple of horror movies, and just kind of always had a love for it. I've been in a lot of musicals, 40 different musicals, so performance is something I've always been attracted to and interested in. But it's like now I get to take the big things that I know about, like, you know, aperture and f-stop and correct framing and color grading, and then really get it precise down to those really nuanced things that take somebody from being good to great. And that's what I really want. I want to be absolutely great at what I do. And it doesn't even matter what I do. It's everything that I do I want to be great at. So whether that's recording music, things like that. And this place is going to teach me basically everything that I don't already know, right? At least a high level of things that I don't know. And it's like over the years, I've been praying like, God, I really want to learn how to do this. I want to do this. I want to be in the room where this happens. And man, do I have to go back to film school, or do I have to go this, to really get the kind of quality that I really want out of this world. And God was like, okay, well, here you go. Here is like everything you've been asking for in one day. Thank you for being obedient. Thank you for being diligent and listening to me when I am talking to you. And thank you for, you know, everything else that I've been being obedient about. And I felt so blessed to be a part of that situation and to meet this guy. And I really wanted to share that with you guys because it's a massive win. Obviously, we haven't produced any projects yet, but I'm a doer. I'm a go-getter. I'm never somebody who's like, I think I'm going to do that one day. And then one day passes. Like, I don't believe in one day. I believe in if I say I want to do something, I start on that today. Probably the same second I said I want to do it, because I've seen too many people. I've been that person too many times back in the day when I was younger who would just let things pass them by. And I've been well removed from that. So this is my YouTube and vlog podcast visual declaration that God answers prayers, that there is power in prayers, that whatever it is that you want, it's going to look different than everybody else. Like, Ryan Coogler is celebrating his big film win right now, and I'm not Ryan Coogler, right? I'm not, whatever comes to him, whatever he gets is for Ryan. Whatever I get and whatever I win at is for me. And that's probably another video about, not after someone else's stuff, like your pride. Get your pride in check, and you are an individual, and what is for you, and what's for other people is for other people. And I'm so grateful that what was for me matches where I currently am in my development. And I'm going to learn everything I can to the best of my ability and make sure that I utilize what God has put in front of me. So if you've gotten anything from this video, what you are praying for will come. Be obedient, listen to the voices, listen to God, keep working. Do not get discouraged that other people are winning to a degree that you feel like you should win at, or you think you should win at. It's not like that. You will get what is for you when it's time for you to get it. Until next time.
Yeah, say that to me. Yeah, say that. Yeah, say that to me. Oh, Marathon. You can say that to me. Yeah, say that. You can say that to me. Marathon.